Hello and welcome back to our ongoing series on student queries related to studying in New Zealand, part 10. The July intake is around the corner and still there are a lot of doubts in students' mind regarding their studies in New Zealand. Well, in our today's episode, we'll be clearing all these doubts once again. And to clear the doubts again, we welcome Ms. Parvinder Kaur, who is a licensed immigration advisor and the director of West Highlander Immigration. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
So let's jump into our very first query. So, ma'am, there is a student who is saying that I have a dependent child and I am applying a loan first for my studies. If asked, how do I explain my family situation during the visa interview or in the SOP?
Well, here I would suggest that the applicants must always be honest and transparent with all the information they give to Immigration New Zealand. So what I understand that the applicant is married and is now applying for a student visa and would later on like to apply for dependent visas. Now there are circumstances where the case officer may ask you or write to you about your family plans. If you have a spouse or a dependent child, what are your plans? What are the plans of the family? Here I would suggest that the applicant must be honest with their answers. If you plan to apply for dependent visas, tell that to the case officer that later on you plan to apply for the dependent visas, whichever visa they may be eligible for. Like if the child is a school going student and if you are able to support the application of a student dependent visa, then you wish to apply for a student dependent visa for your child. Or if the child is not a school going student, you plan to apply visitor visa for your child. So the basic thing is be honest and transparent with all the information you give to Immigration New Zealand.
Okay, so now coming to our second query. Ma'am, there is a person who is asking that I want to include my work experience in the SOP, but I only have informal experience without offer letters. Will it be okay if I still mention it or should I skip it completely?
Here again, I would like to stress the previous thing which I answered in the previous question. Be honest and transparent with all the information you provide to Immigration New Zealand. If you have got work experience and as you said that the applicant does not have experience letters to support that work experience, now there could be other documentation which the applicant may submit with Immigration New Zealand in support of that work experience. Because if you skip altogether, you would be raising multiple questions on your profile. The first one is regarding the gap which you actually do not have. Second is the information you are giving is inaccurate, like you do have work experience but you do not have the supporting documentation. The applicants must see what alternate documents they have got to support the work experience. So it's always a very good policy to be transparent and honest with the information you provide to Immigration New Zealand regarding your work experience.
Okay, so now coming to our third and last query of this episode. I have recently received confirmation for my visa approval. I am excited but not sure about the next steps before departure. So I wanted to know if I should book tickets or wait for instructions.
So what I understand from this query is that the student has received approval in principle, which is the intent of Immigration New Zealand's giving you visa subject to requirement of the conditions in the AIP letter, which is a tuition fee for 1 year course, as well as if required FTS if it's written in the letter. So what I would suggest is the applicants must fulfill the AIP requirements first, receive their e-visa and then make any travel arrangements if they have got enough time between the intake start date and the e-visa and the AIP letter. So the best thing should be, if you have got the time, get your e-visa and then make the travel arrangements.
Well, with that answer, we come to an end of this video. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us and sharing the information. I hope you all liked the video. For more personalized guidance, please contact West Highlander Immigration, Chandigarh. Thank you.
Thank you.